Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever had a coworker, you know, swear their productivity just tripled thanks to sea moss gel in their morning smoothie?
Oh, yeah.
Or scroll through TikTok and seen like a 20-year-old claiming one magnesium pill unlocked CEO mode for their entire week.
It's definitely out there.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
These wellness trends are absolutely flooding social media feeds, office Slack channels. You got the energy gummies, the mushroom lattes, those brain pills.
And that's exactly why we're here today. In this deep dive, our mission is really to, well, cut through all that noise. We want to separate the fact from the fiction.
Right.
We're going to delve into the actual science, try and reveal what's truly legitimate, what might just be a trendy placebo, and importantly, what actually helps with focus, energy, mental clarity, in a demanding work setting.
Yeah, what really works.
The aim is to give you a real understanding, what works, what doesn't, and what's just, well, brilliant marketing.
So before we dig into what actually works, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where are all these trends suddenly coming from? It feels like they just pop up.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly seem to emerge from platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and yeah, even those internal company hashtag wellness threads.
That's a big source now.
And what's important to highlight, I think, right away, is that the primary sources, often influencers, not necessarily accredited scientists or medical professionals.
That's a key distinction.
It's this fascinating blend where, like biohacking, this idea of optimizing yourself meets really clever marketing.
Right.
And together, they create these incredibly appealing stories, leaning hard into that illusion of quick fixes, especially in our busy work culture.
And what's fascinating here is the sheer scale of it. There was a 2024 McKinsey study, actually, that found more than 70% of Gen Z and millennials turn to social media for health advice before they even think about consulting professionals.
Wow, 70%. That's huge.
It is, and it really raises an important question. Why are we so drawn to these shortcuts, when it comes to our well-being and productivity?
That is a staggering statistic. It really highlights how susceptible we can be. But beyond just looking for shortcuts, what do you think is the deeper psychological pull? What's going on that makes us so eager to jump on these trends?
Wow.
I mean, let's be real. We're all just trying to feel a bit better, perform better, maybe avoid crashing mid-email or hitting that 2 p.m. wall, right?
Exactly. We're often tired. We feel overloaded, and we're constantly seeking any edge we can get.
Yeah.
So the promise of those easy productivity wins. It feels almost irresistible.
It really does.
Precisely. And that's where let's call it the magic or perhaps the illusion happens. You combine that genuine desire to feel better with the fact that social media proof, seeing a friend or an influencer you follow using something, it just feels far more convincing somehow than reading a dry scientific paper.
Mm-hmm. It feels more real.
Yeah, and it taps into this powerful current. There's this cultural obsession with hustle culture, but also with wellness aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good to be taking your supplements, to be on the cutting edge.
Right, it's part of the image.
It is. There's this compelling feeling of doing something proactive, even if the underlying data isn't quite there yet. And this can make us kind of bypass critical thinking and lean into confirmation bias. We want it to work, so we look for signs that it does.
Absolutely. And it's not just about looking good, is it? There's a real feeling of being proactive and in control that can be incredibly powerful, even if the hard data isn't quite backing it up. So, okay, let's get right into it then. A direct breakdown of some of these popular productivity supplements and trends. We're going to try and separate the common claims from the scientific reality, give you the real verdict.
Let's dive in. First up, magnesium.
Okay.
The common claim is that it reduces anxiety and brain fog. The verdict here, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
It's fact. Yeah, the science shows it helps regulate cortisol, that's the stress hormone, and it promotes muscle relaxation. Both of those can definitely aid in feeling calmer and clearer, especially, and this is important, if you happen to be deficient.
Got it. So deficiency is key there.
Often, yes. Okay, next, vitamin B complex. People often claim it boosts mental energy.
Hear that one a lot.
And again, the verdict is goo-backed. These B vitamins are crucial. They're cofactors in converting the food you eat into usable energy. Absolutely key for your nervous system and overall vitality. Think of them like spark plugs for your body's engine.
Good analogy. Spark plugs. I like that. Okay, what's next?
Then there's ashwagandha. The claim is often that it removes stress, increases focus.
Ah, yes, ashwagandha.
Very trendy.
Very trendy. The verdict on this one is more Slank mixed results.
Oh, interesting. Why mixed?
Well, while some studies do suggest it can reduce cortisol in some people, particularly those under chronic stress, its effects seem to vary quite a bit. It's not a universal fix for everyone seeking focus. Doesn't work the same for everybody. Okay, so more individualized, perhaps.
Potentially. Then we have lion's mane. This mushroom is often touted as a brain growth and focus pill.
Right, the smart mushroom.
Sort of, yeah. For this, the verdict is harat, emerging.
Emerging,
Meaning there is some intriguing early support, some promising research, especially in animal models showing potential for nerve growth factors. But, and it's a big but, we're really at the very beginning stages with human studies. We need more robust trials before we can make definitive claims about, significant human brain growth or dramatic focus boost.
So promising, but watch this space. Don't bet the farm on it yet.
Exactly. Now let's talk sea moss.
Ah, the smoothie superstar from the beginning.
That's the one. The common claim is it's the new all-in-one superfood promising everything from gut health to glowing skin to boundless energy.
Sounds amazing. What's the verdict?
Our verdict: overhyped.
Really?
Yeah. Look, while it does contain some beneficial minerals like iodine, zinc, iron, there's just no solid scientific evidence for some magic productivity boost. It's not the cure-all some influencers claim, and the nutrient content can vary wildly depending on where it's harvested. It might be a nice addition, sure, but not a miracle worker.
Okay, good to know. So manage expectations on the sea moss front.
Definitely. Finally, let's touch on nootropics pills. These often come with claims like, you'll feel like a genius instantly. They're often marketed as smart drugs or cognitive enhancers.
Yeah, seen those ads. Limitless pills, basically.
Basically. The verdict for most of these, often placebo.
Mostly placebo?
Generally, yes. When you look closely, they're often just fancy caffeine blends. Maybe they add a few other compounds in small amounts, but they rarely offer significant, measurable effects beyond what the caffeine alone would provide. That genius is feeling. Probably a mix of the caffeine kick and, well, the strong expectation you have because you took a brain pill.
The power of suggestion, huh?
It's powerful.
Wow. That breakdown really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It absolutely reinforces that, well, not all these claims hold up under scrutiny.
Not at all.
It seems crucial to understand the actual science, or sometimes the lack of it, behind the hype before you jump on a new trend and spend your money.
Absolutely.
It also makes you wonder, if so many of these are hit or miss, or just hype, what does actually work for boosting productivity in the office?
Right. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it becomes much clearer what truly provides sustainable gains in a work setting. It's less about chasing trends and more about building a robust, consistent routine that actually supports you, especially when deadlines are looming.
Okay, so what does that routine look like? What are these effective approaches?
Well, first and foremost, consistent, balanced micronutrient intake. Paying particular attention to readily absorbed forms of vitamins B and D and magnesium is often beneficial for many people.
The ones we discussed earlier, yeah.
Exactly. Alongside that, regular hydration, just plain water paired with low sugar, whole food snacks, is critical for stable energy. Don't underestimate simple things.
Simple but effective.
Very. Also, incorporating natural light exposure throughout your day. Get near a window, step outside if you can, and consistent movement breaks, getting up, stretching, walking around. These can significantly impact your energy and focus.
Takes you out of that slump.
It really does. And don't underestimate the power of structured mental resets. Even short, like 5-minute desk stretches or just some mindful breathing breaks, they can make a remarkable difference in resetting your focus.
Just 5 minutes.
Even 5 minutes can help break the cycle. Ultimately, it's about prioritizing real whole food over highly processed powders and trendy pills. That forms the foundation.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to navigate a demanding workday? It sounds like the fundamentals, the boring stuff maybe, really do pay off.
They really do.
There was a 2023 Harvard Business Review article I remember reading that highlighted how micronutrient sufficiency alone can improve productivity by up to 28% in cognitively demanding jobs.
That's a huge number.
It is. 28% is a significant, measurable boost. And it comes from, well, established nutritional principles, not the latest thing you saw on an Instagram reel.
Precisely. The science is quite clear on this. Sustainable productivity isn't typically found in the latest fad supplement. It's built on consistent, fundamental practices that truly support your body and mind, especially when the pressure is on. This approach builds resilience and provides genuine, lasting energy, not just a fleeting buzz followed by a crash.
Okay, so if we had to boil it down, what's our main takeaway from this deep dive? It sounds like supplements can help sometimes, but only when they're the right ones, backed by solid science and often, like you said, to address an actual deficiency.
That's a good summary.
The rest, well, maybe they make for cute TikToks, but probably not great science for your long-term productivity.
Exactly. You don't need, 10 different gummies, a mushroom tincture, and some powdered unicorn drink to get through your inbox.
Huh.
Probably not. You just need the essentials, some consistent, healthy habits that work for you, and yeah, a well-timed break now and then. Simple, but effective.
Simple, but maybe not always easy to implement in our hectic lives.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reflect on your own approach to productivity, maybe consider this thought. In our relentless drive for peak performance, how much are we truly seeking optimal biological function?
Mm-hmm.
And how much is it maybe a reflection of our deeper need for more realistic expectations, sustainable work practices, and just plain adequate rest in what feels like an increasingly demanding work environment?
That's a really important question to sit with.